show you. This is one of my radioactive bund builds. So did a bund strap that matches the dial. So got a really cool dial here. We've done that in green, and then you can kind of see some of where the paint bubbled up, and we smoothed it down. So it's got some nice forced patina on it, on that dial. So hand painted, added some color work to it, baked it really good, and that's what we ended up with. So did a light scuff on it to remove the coating from the accents going around there, but they are still, I guess you'd say have somewhat of some patina to them, but that's just some light sanding to get that off. I did sort of the same thing on the case. I soaked it in hydrochloric acid, both the bezel and the case itself. I fine painted the bezel in green to match that dial. Didn't do a lot of distressing to it, but I didn't paint it. I painted it really well, but I didn't make sure it was completely solid, just to kind of give that kind of look to it. So it might be thin in a few spots, but what I'm getting at is I didn't do a second coat on there to make sure it was perfectly flush all the way around. I just painted it and did it as well as I could on a first pass. So did that on the bezel. Now on the case itself, I painted it a few times in green and baked it, and then I went back and sanded it. So you've got a little bit of green here, a little bit of green there. And then, like I said, went back and sanded it, and then I clear coated it. So over time, even if this comes off, it's just going to still have that kind of rough look to it. If the green stays on it in the pores, which it pretty much did, whatever happens to it's just going to add to the look of it. I did the same thing with the crown. It's has the Biohazard logo on there, which is a little tough to see because it is under a little bit of paint that's been baked. But as that comes off, you'll just see it a little bit more, and however it comes off is how it comes off. So just kind of a cool look to it. We've got the olive green bund strap. This is all laser engraved. So we've got your radioactive logo there, your Biohazard logo, sorry. MC-289. Man. And as I said, I'm trying to think, it's Moscovium, radioactive element. Did it on the other side. Then the same thing with this clasp. I soaked it in hydrochloric acid. It kind of turned it some interesting colors through here and over here. I just left it. So thought, well, that looks pretty cool. So then now this bund is removable. So it's got an exhibition caseback opening for it. You can see you've got a large exhibition caseback window, silver rotor, and a stainless steel movement holder in there. But if you want to remove the bund, it's pretty simple. You'll just slide it off on this side. As I say, it's simple. The leather is still perfectly, it's soft, but it's still a little bit stiff. So you just slide that side off. Now the other side, to get it off, you have to take your buckle off, but it's just a spring bar. And you'd slide off the other side. And then over time, this will work itself in there a little bit better and a little bit more. But for now, just as you're about to put it on, just kind of push it, make sure it's softly seated around there. And you'll need to do that because when you go to wind it, you're going to want to give yourself a gap to kind of get your finger back in behind there. But did nice large silver hands, and then a custom painted seconds hand on that. That is not loomed on there. That is actually green paint. So that is the build. So green radioactive dial, distressed case. Man, I got the sun right in my face. So, and then as with everything, all that I do, this bezel's held on with a tension ring. You can turn it left, you can turn it right. I just try and tighten it up a little bit with some dental floss wrapped around before I press it on there. So that aids in kind of slowing it down from just accidentally turning, and it's not flush, so you're not going to accidentally push it. But this is automatic mechanical, so you can wind it, you can wear it, you can put it on a watch winder. But if it's dead or you're not going to be very active, you'll want to pre-wind it before you put it on, just to make sure you do not lose any time. And how you do that is you back the crown off the threads, and that's what I was getting at. Just space it out, it doesn't hurt anything. Back the crown off until you hear it clicking. At that point you can wind it. And a wind is to turn away from you. But instead of just winding it one direction, you can wind it a lot faster, just cranking it back and forth. It doesn't hurt it to go backwards. So if you do this for 4 or 5 seconds before you put it on, even if you're not very active, you will keep time. And if you do it for something closer to 15, 20 seconds, you will max out that 31 plus hour power reserve. You can't hurt it. You can wind it all day if you like. And after that, you can pull it to the one and only click. It's not a hacking movement, so it's going to keep going. You'll notice you've got a wobble crown. It's going to deflect lateral pressure from going against the stem and into the movement. It's also going to aid if you put an impact on the crown. It won't transfer it into the movement. It's got a nice clutch system in there. So from this point, you can now set your time. And I just kind of pull back so that I'm not pushing and prying on it and actually using that wobble crown. Okay, Google, what time is it? 7:16 p.m. It also makes it nice and easy to push right back over and thread down. So that is the build. And then as you pull your finger out of there, just press this back down around it. So you can see, as it's flat, it's going to pop itself off because this is a contoured. So it's pushing against this and pushing against that. So you can't see it. Just push it down, lock it around. There it goes right back in there. So you can see it's up. You can see that side's up. And obviously when you put it on your wrist, it's going to stay in there. And it kind of just flushes that out. But that is the build as a whole. Hope you guys like it. Hope you can see just the color pop on that. Going around that. There's a good look right there. You can see some yellows in there, some greens, some reds, some kind of purple-esque, dark brown purple-esque kind of look to it. You get some teal out in here and teal in there. So, very cool looking dial. Will make somebody super happy when they get it. As always with every build, comes with matching beads. And sorry if any of this video has been blurry. I have the sun literally right in my face. And I got one eye squinted, or basically closed. And just kind of working off of one eye and my head kind of cocked to the side. So with every build, at least with this one, you're going to have a color matching, dial matching colored box. I still have some of my green embossed, or I don't even know how they do them, microfibers just with my green logo on there. Gonna have watch cleaner with this. This is good on all glass and metal parts, so everything there in the center. Gonna have some leather conditioner, so if that's ever not as soft or you want to make it more pliable, apply it, let it soak in, work it around a little bit will go a long way. And then lastly, some fine scratch remover. This is Novus 2 from Amazon, repackaged. It'll be inside the package. This is an acrylic glass. You can scratch it if you do. Put a tiny bit on there, buff against it with that included microfiber. Generate some heat with your thumb and fill that scratch. Only use what you need because you're just filling a scratch and then polishing it off. So that is the build. Sorry if that was long-winded. I was trying to do a little bit of two things, and the sun in my face was definitely throwing me off. So that is the build. I hope you guys like it. Oh, as the sun kind of goes down a little bit. So that's the build. Hope you guys like it. Green Radioactive Bund Build. So thank you guys for your time. And if you want me to build you something custom and unique, reach out and I'll see what I can do. And if you want to continue to see videos like this, like and subscribe, as I put them up all the time. Thanks, guys.